So I want to read this Eric Prince tweet that's not really a tweet. I really hate that these things are so long now. It's like reading a blog post back in the day, but this was too good to pass up, and there's got to be a way to do it. I am not a video editor, people, and I'm not interested in doing video editing, so bear with me. Okay, Eric Prince wrote, I think this was yesterday or the day before. In United States history, the Gilded Age is described as the period from about the late 1870s to the late 1890s, which occurred between the Reconstruction era and the Progressive era. The federal government ran surpluses for 15 out of those 20 years without income or payroll taxes. Revenue came from tariffs and taxes on imported goods. This is what it means to make America great again. This is also over period called Great Deflation. Consumer prices kept falling with more innovation and competition. There was a typo there. A steeply progressive income tax is an idea right out of Karl Marx's Communist Manifesto. Now even more moronic Republicans embrace it. Several significant inventions were displayed at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. The World's Columbian Exposition, yes, that Christopher Columbus, not Indigenous Peoples' Day insanity. Sorry for the political commentary. Here are the key ones. Electrical innovations, large-scale electric lighting displays powered by Tesla's AC alternating current system. Early electric appliances, including electric incubators, irons, sewing machines, and laundry machines. Edison's kinetoscope, early motion picture device. Electric boats and lunches. 2. Food and beverage products. Cracker Jack popcorn, first combining popcorn with peanuts. Juicy fruit gum by Wrigley. Aunt Jemima pancake mix, first ready-mixed pancake flour. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer gained its name from the blue ribbons tied around cans at the fair. Major mechanical inventions, the first Ferris wheel designed by George W. Ferris Jr., the zipper, then called clasp locker by Whitcomb Judson, the automatic dishwasher by Josephine Cochran, an early fax machine that could send pictures over telegraph lines, and the Great Wharf moving sidewalk, an early moving walkway. Transportation, electro-powered elevated railway system, and various boats and ships, including replicas of Columbus's vessels. Communication devices, early versions of picture transmission over telegraph lines, various electrical communication innovations. Many of these inventions went on to become everyday items that transformed American life in the 20th century. All of this was showcased in 1 year of the Gilded Age. We would have had moon and Mars colonies by now if we didn't have tons of Bolshevik bureaucrats draining Americans' blood and treasure for 100 years. We conservatively wasted at least $150 trillion in various wars and boondoggles. Shrink government, grow America. And then he's got a poster of the World's Fair thing. Okay, so I read it. I don't know, you guys. I'm not really an economist. I have concerns about where this would go. You are talking about changing people's habits. You're asking people to change their habits. This whole thing is prefaced on this idea that the American consumer stopped consuming as much, and the Protestant wasp in me is not opposed to that. I'm just saying that we've all gotten used to having cheap junk anytime we want it. And yes, we all also do complain about the quality of the items we are buying. But I don't know, you're asking a lot. I'm just saying you're asking a lot. And I think that people don't really know what they're being asked, what's being asked of them. And you changed obviously people's consumption habits have changed as a result of getting cheap junk. And like I said, there's how many of us have complained they just don't make stuff the way they used to. But I don't know. I want to talk to somebody about this because I just don't know that, like, it's all well and good to be like, oh, we're going back. but actions have consequences. I always think about second, third, fourth order effects. I always do. I've trained myself to think that way. And what exactly is being asked of us, I don't know. And I think I am going to post this because I just, and I'm going to keep posting stuff like this because I think it's important. This was kind of my vision when I started this channel, was not really to talk about personal stuff. And maybe I need to create 2 channels to be like, okay, this is the one that's more political, economic, futuristic, and like my geopolitics thing, because I really do enjoy policy. I enjoy talking about these things, and I don't really have anyone to talk about them with. So maybe that needs to be this channel. This channel needs to be the more political, socioeconomic conversations, cultural conversations, because you are asking people to change their culture. I'm sorry, like that is what he's saying. He wants you to change your culture. And again, I'm not opposed. I'm just saying we need to think these things through. Like, what are the consequences of saying that? Man, I hope the sound's going to be okay on this. I just realized I was kind of covering up the microphone. What are the consequences of asking people to stop buying cheap shit from China? I mean, honestly, you guys, honestly, like, what are you asking people to do? And again, I'm, as somebody who works in areas of where I see I live in a place where there's a lot of overconsumption, and there's also a lot of poverty, and the wealth disparity where I live is quite vast and quite obvious. And I just think, yeah. Okay, I'm getting on my soapbox now, and I just want to go maybe more in this direction with this channel. I think that's what I'm going to say. This channel is going to be much more devoted to policy going forward. I think I'm going to probably go back and delete some of my original stuff just to keep it clean. There's other people I'm reading on this subject, about where I think policy is going to go. And I want to share more of that and to have these discussions and find people who also want to have these discussions and say, like, like I said, what are the second, third, fourth order effects of these kinds of proposals? But I do think this is what we're going to get. I think this is what we're going to get going forward. And I think we need to talk about what that looks like for all of us. Okay, that's it for me for now. I'm going to go back in and clean up a little bit, and just work on, making this channel dedicated to that, and maybe creating a separate channel for the personal stuff, and more like lifestyle. So one lifestyle channel, which I don't know the name of yet, and one, and this is going to be my political, geopolitics, socioeconomics, whatever channel. Okay, bye.